In an ecchi comedy, there are typically two kinds of male protagonists. There's the horrific pervert, a la He Is My Master, who takes great pleasure in gawking and fantasizing about the women or girls that are within his company. Or the male protagonist is merely oblivious and so happens to stumble into risque situations and potential romances almost completely by accident. Every so often there seems to be a crossbreed of these two categories, but these two are the most common. Akiharu Hino falls into the oblivious category, and unfortunately, Ladies vs. Butlers, much like the main character, is rather flavorless. You need to have a level-headed open mind when reviewing something like this. In truth, all I expect from an ecchi comedy is to have some good laughs and potentially see some animated panty shots and breast jiggles every so often. Let me just say that if you're a younger teen and you haven't already experienced this sort of thing a million times over, Ladies vs. Butlers might have something for you. The characters are really just thin veils from which to spout half-baked jokes and tell a lame excuse for a story. Oh, and deliver bare boobies. Lots and lots of bare boobies, and some bare butts too, but if that's your sort of thing. Let's get the plot out of the way, shall we? The main character is pretty much oblivious to the fact that every single girl in the school is interested in him. This girl, who's nicknamed Drills, is a fine upper-class lady. This girl, who's a childhood friend but is also kind of has a mean streak to her. This girl, who's a token lowly but is actually 19. I don't buy it either, but let's not dwell on these things. This guy, who has a secret that is overly obvious. This chick, who is a bad racial stereotype, and her protector, who is even worse. Oh, and there's some chick who likes to dress up and cosplay and is an obsessive otaku. That's about it, really. The rest of the show is more about how many embarrassing and erotic situations Hino and the girls will stumble into. Sure, every so often there are episodes which reveal a prime piece of backstory or motivation for each of the characters, but it is nothing more than what can be found in your typical dating sim or light novel. Is there anything more to say about this? No, not really. What can be applied here can be applied to just about any generic ecchi series. If you care about panty shots and breasts, and that's all that is really of concern, I would suggest checking out the special episodes which come on the DVD, which you can get at fansub.tv. While they are pure nudity and titillation, it at least functions well for what it is. Basically a barely animated Playboy centerfold featuring cartoon characters rather than real women. It can be summarized like this. If you're a young man and you're new to bare anime breasts and you want to see bare anime breasts, you could do a lot worse than this. But you can also do a hell of a lot better, which is why Ladies vs. Butlers gets a completely unflattering 2 out of 5. Come on, guys. Seriously. There are websites for this kind of thing.